business quiz. It's the first one, and I promise you it's going to be very interesting. Now, we only ask for enjoy it, be cool. Please don't interrupt the participants when they're supposed to give the answer. Otherwise, the house can be penalized for that. You can clap, but don't make so much noise. Now, without much further ado, this department, business department, has done this with the help also of BTech department. Now, as usual, formality must be followed, all protocols observed. Let me pass the mic over to a word of prayer from one of the students. Thank you.
Good afternoon, school. Let's pray. So please be upstanding. Oh God, help us to begin this event well. Protect us from all evil and harm. Inspire in us the spirits of courtesy, compassion, and goodwill. Make us know that to love and to be loved is better than all great possessions. Enable us to feel that in doing our work, we are doing thy will, and that in serving others, we are serving thee. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first ever annual business quiz of Oshwal Academy Nairobi Senior High. My name is Sanvi Shah, and I'll be your MC today with my co-MC, Purahan Arora. So I'd like to start away immediately. So I'd like to start by saying that very big thank you to the department teaching staff. That's the judges panel. We have Mr. Charles Jaguna, Mr. Rafael Nyaga, and Ms. Helen Gichanga. And as for whoever made the questions and helped us with the audio and all the visuals you'll see on screen, a special thank you to Rajesh Prakash Madashya, Tej Jikar Kumar Bhavsar, and Harsh Haran Somaya. And I'd like to call up on stage the timekeepers, Dheer Harya and Ganeev Singh Gahir, that will help us throughout this program. Take your seats. We will start with round one immediately. So I'll just read out the rules for round one, and you'll see them on the screen at the same time. So here are the participants. And round one is try your luck. So the rules are choose any number from 1 to 24. Each number reveals one unique question, and you choose your answer from the options given. So it's a multiple choice. You have 10 seconds to answer each and every question. And once a number is chosen, you cannot select it again. Each team is to choose one question at a time, up to 5 questions per team, and each correct answer earns you 5 points. Questions will not be passed upon failure. So we can start. We'll start with Emerald. You can choose one of the numbers.
14.
Okay, number 14. The point at which total revenue equals total cost is called?
Break-even point.
That's correct. Okay. We'll now move into Topaz. You guys can choose your question. Define corporate social responsibility in one sentence. So we'll now move on to Sapphire. 17.
Mike's okay. Yeah.
True or false? The double entry principle means every transaction affects only one account.
False.
That is correct.
So easy.
Okay. We'll now move on to Ruby. Choose one of the numbers.
7.
Number 7. Name one limitation of GDP as a measure of welfare.
It does not account for the way the goods are made, the composition of goods.
That is correct. Okay, we'll now move back to Emerald. You guys can choose your question. Just keep this.
6.
Number 6. A depreciation of the domestic currency makes exports cheaper. True or false?
True.
That is correct. Let's give them a round of applause. We'll now move on to Topaz. You guys can choose your question.
12.
Number 12. Short answers. State a father-like leadership style.
I don't know. Paternalism.
So, could you repeat that?
Paternalism.
That is correct. Okay, we'll now move on to Sapphire. You guys can choose one of the questions. Okay. Okay. For the fourth round, we'll have Emerald once again. Choose your number, please.
16.
Number 16. Define market share.
The proportion of a market that is controlled by one individual company.
That is correct. We'll now move on to Topaz.
3.
Number 3. Define real GDP.
GDP adjusted for inflation. Output adjusted for inflation.
That is correct. Okay. We'll now move on to Sapphire. You guys can choose one number.
20.
Number 12.
20.
Oh, 20. Sorry, my bad. Define current liabilities.
These are short-term debts of a business.
That is correct. We'll now move on to Ruby for that question. Choose one.
Number 15.
15. Name one document that shows internal operation is a company.
Cash flow forecast.
That is incorrect. Okay, now we'll have the last round for round 1. Emerald, you can choose a number.
18.
18. Fill in the blanks. Assets equal to dash plus equity.
Liabilities.
That is correct. We'll now move on to Topaz. Choose your question.
2.
2. Fill in the blank. The value of-
Opportunity cost.
that is correct. Now move on to Sapphire. Choose your answer. A question.
23.
Number?
23.
23. Name one example of a non-current
Motor
asset.
vehicles. Motor vehicles.
That is correct. Okay, and last but not least, we'll move on to Ruby. You guys can choose one number.
Number 10.
Number 10. Batch production usually results in lower unit costs than mass production. True or false?
False.
That is correct. We have now concluded round 1, and we'll now move on to Purahan for round 2.
Accounting is cooler than you think. It's way more important, too. And here's why. Let's say you work for a company that makes ballpoint pens. You guys are good at making pens and you're turning a profit. Now, let's say you're in a meeting and someone asks, "Hey, shouldn't we make markers too?" Well, your factory can produce them, and your marketing team can sell them. But should you make them? Or should you just keep making pens? Everyone turns to the boss. And the boss, if he's smart, will turn to the accountant. Yep, the accountant. At this point, the accountant might just be the smartest person in the room, and certainly the most important. The accountant will talk with key partners, like the marketing, sales, manufacturing, and finance teams, to determine fixed and variable costs, market size, and potential revenue. She'll build a pro forma income statement to forecast profits and to determine how long it will take to recoup the initial investment. And she'll consider the impacts on the balance sheet that investors use to assess the financial health of your company. Assuming it all looks good, she'll determine that making markers is a sound decision. And then she will tell the boss, very clearly and concisely, to go forth and conquer. It's time to celebrate. You guys are making markers because making markers makes sense. And dollars. Accountants are experts at analyzing complex financial data, making heads and tails of it, and helping business leaders make smart investment decisions based on what the financial data says. It's why accounting is the language of business, and why knowing it can help you become a bigger asset for your company. Ready to add deep accounting knowledge to your bag of tricks? Start here in the top-ranked Master of Accounting program from the University of North Carolina's Keenan Flagler Business School. Online or on campus, we're here for you.
Was the second video. We'll now move on to the questions. Question 1. What is the main role of an accountant in a business?
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Keep track of all the records and prepare financial statements.
That is correct. Question 2. Why are accountants important for decision making?
Sapphire.
They verify costs and check if the business can make certain decisions.
So, Mr. Juguna, is that correct? Correct. Question 3. How do accountants help in...
Ruby.
How do accountants provide financial information that help them in decision making?
That is correct. So after round 3, we have Topaz leading with 74 points. Then we have Ruby just 5 points behind, followed by Sapphire in third, and finally Emerald. So for the rapid fire round, the first house is Emerald. You guys need to select a year 12 and a year 13 to represent the house. So the rules are, the round has one section, year 12s and year 13s will answer together. 24 questions will be asked to representatives from year 12s and 13s respectively from each house. Participants answering the question have to step forward. 5 points will be awarded for every correct answer. Participants are required to answer as many questions as possible within 180 seconds. That's 3 minutes. Participants are allowed to pass and proceed to the next question. Once a question is passed, the question will not be repeated. If at least 18 out of 24 questions are answered correctly, the team can opt to answer a bonus question worth 20 points. If answered incorrectly, however, 10 points will be deducted. Rapid fire. Question 1. The total value of goods and services produced within a country in a given period is called?
GDP.
Correct. In response to rising global inflation post-2021, what has been the primary monetary policy tool used by central banks like the US Federal Reserve?
Deflationary monetary policy.
Wrong. Sorry, incorrect. The recent disruption to shipping in the Red Sea highlights the risk of which inventory management strategy popularized by Japanese manufacturers?
Pass.
The International Sustainability Standard Board, ISSB, recently issued IFRS S1 and S2. What is the primary focus of these new accounting standards?
Pass.
The widespread adoption of remote work since 2020 has allowed many businesses to significantly reduce which type of cost?
Rent.
Sorry?
Rent.
No, wrong. Government spending on schemes like furlough during the COVID-19 pandemic is an example of expansionary fiscal policy. What is a common immediate consequence?
A budget deficit for the government.
Correct. Since the implementation of IFRS 16, companies must recognize most leases on their balance sheet. This has typically led to increase in which financial ratio? Since implementation of IFRS 16, companies must recognize most leases on their balance sheet. This has typically led to an increase in which financial ratio?
Current ratio?
Sorry?
Current ratio. Current ratio.
Wrong.
Okay.
The rapid development of generative AI is expected by many economists to cause a significant output shift in our countries. Do you want me to repeat?
Yeah, repeat.
The rapid development of generative AI is expected by many economists to cause a significant outward shift in our countries.
PPF.
Correct. The process of spreading the cost of non-current asset over its useful life is known as?
Provision for depreciation. Provision for depreciation.
Correct. The collapse of the crypto exchange. The collapse for the crypto exchange FTX highlighted the need for which type of accounting investigation to trace assets and uncover fraud?
Pause.
When the US government imposes a tariff on imported Chinese electric vehicles, what is the intended short-term effect on the US market?
BOP surplus.
Is that correct?
Or increased sale of local US.
That is correct. Which professional body is responsible for regulating the accounting profession in Kenya?
Pause.
PwC.
Wrong. Which government policy? Sorry. Time's up.
They do not qualify for a bonus.
Sorry, guys. Thank you. Question 1. Which account is used to check the arithmetic accuracy of ledger accounts?
Suspense account.
Wrong. In Kenya, what is the primary purpose of the KRA's iTax system?
To know the taxes.
Incorrect. Which historical event was the primary catalyst for the widespread adoption of Marshall Lerner condition states that a country depreciation will only improve a country's current account balance if
The elasticity of exports and the PED of exports and imports is greater than 1.
That is correct. Which economic event is most closely associated with the breakdown of the classical economic consensus that markets are self-regulating?
Sapphire, can you have the seats, please? And I'll proceed with the questions. Okay, so we'll start. Are you guys ready? You ready? Okay, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. The way a business is structured, showing lines of authority and communication, is its?
Organizational structure.
Correct. What is the primary advantage of allowing cloud accounting software for a business in Kenya? Widespread automation in manufacturing and service industries is most likely to cause which type of unemployment?
Pass.
Which term?
Structural.
That's correct. Which term describes when inflation pushes taxpayers into higher tax brackets?
Fiscal drag.
Correct. Okay. The timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Resources that are owned by a business that have economic value are called?
Assets.
Correct. In a period of rising interest rates, a company with a high gearing ratio faces a significant increase in its?
Pass.
The recent EU law mandating a common charging port, which is USB-C for smartphones, is an example of what type of government intervention?
Pass.
A key argument against the universal basic income, which has been trialed in several countries, is that it may?
Could you repeat?
A key argument against a UBI, which has been trialed in several countries, is that it may?
Pass.
The strategic decision by companies like Apple to control both hardware and software such as iPhone and iOS is a type of what type of integration?
Vertical.
Correct. The economic concept of moral hazard was a major concern during the 2008 financial crisis bailouts and is relevant to the recent bank failures. It describes a situation where?
People take advantage of costs that go to third party. Oh,
That's correct. What is a basic accounting equation?
assets is equal to capital plus liabilities.
That's correct. The Phillips curve describes the historical inverse relationship between?
Unemployment and unemployment and inflation.
Correct. So I'll go ahead with Ruby and Sapphire first. So, Ruby, would you like to answer your bonus? You guys are reminded, 20 points will be added if you answered correctly, but 10 will be deducted if it is incorrect. Would you like to take the risk? Okay. You can display for Ruby. The self-made billionaire founded which popular shapewear company?
Vans.
Sorry?
Vans.
Incorrect. It is Spanx. Okay. Would you guys like to take the question? You can display for Sapphire. This man is a co-founder and executive chairman of which major software company?
Linux.
Sorry?
Linux.
That's incorrect. It's Oracle. Would you like to do it or not? Okay. They'd like to do it. This entrepreneur founded which female first dating app? Incorrect. The answer is Bumble. Okay. Would you guys like to take the question?
Yes.
Okay. You can display this entrepreneur founded which e-commerce giant?
Alibaba.
That is correct. Okay, we'll give a moment for the judges to tally and we'll display the results on the screen in just a few. And the winner is Ruby House. Leo's prediction was actually correct. At second place, we have Topaz. Third position, Emerald. And fourth, we have Sapphire.